A few decades ago, luxury meant something simple: a bigger house, a faster car, a designer logo stitched onto expensive fabric. But today, the real flex looks completely different. Because in a world designed to destroy your attention, the person who can still focus has become rare. In a culture addicted to comfort, the person who can stay disciplined feels almost unnatural. And while millions of people are losing control of their time, their habits, their minds, a small group is quietly gaining an unfair advantage. Think about it. Most people wake up and immediately hand their brain to notifications, algorithms, cravings, and distractions. Every day becomes reaction instead of intention. So what happens when someone can still control themselves in a world engineered to break self-control? That's the part nobody talks about. Because discipline is no longer just a personality trait, it's becoming a luxury few people can actually afford. People usually imagine discipline as punishment: cold showers, early mornings, no fun, no freedom. But historically, discipline was never about suffering. It was about power. The ancient Spartans trained discipline because they believed a man who couldn't control himself could never control his future. Roman emperors wrote about it constantly. Even philosophers like Marcus Aurelius warned that comfort slowly weakens human beings from the inside. And strangely, modern life may have proven them right, because for the first time in history, billions of people are surrounded by unlimited stimulation every second of the day. Food is instant, entertainment is endless, validation is one notification away. You never have to feel bored anymore. You never have to sit alone with your thoughts. And that changes people more than they realize. Most people think the biggest threat to success is failure. It's not. It's overstimulation. When your brain gets trained to chase constant dopamine hits, normal life starts feeling unbearable. Deep work feels exhausting, reading feels slow, patience disappears, attention spans collapse, and the scary part? Most people don't even notice it happening. Look around carefully. How many people can still sit quietly for 30 minutes without checking their phone? How many can focus on one task without opening 5 tabs? How many can delay pleasure long enough to build something meaningful? Very few. That's why discipline is quietly turning into a status symbol. Not the fake status people post online, real status, because the ability to stay consistent now creates massive separation between people. 2 individuals can have the same intelligence, same opportunities, same education, but the disciplined person compounds faster every single year. Health improves, skills improve, money grows, confidence grows, relationships become stronger, while others stay trapped in cycles of distraction and short-term pleasure, and the gap becomes enormous over time. This is exactly why high performers protect their attention so aggressively now. Athletes train like monks before championships. CEOs disappear from social media for weeks. Writers isolate themselves for months to finish books, not because they hate life, but because uninterrupted focus has become incredibly valuable. In fact, some experts now compare attention to the new oil. Every company wants it. Every app fights for it. Entire billion-dollar industries are designed to keep people scrolling, clicking, consuming, reacting. Your attention is literally being monetized every second. Think about platforms like TikTok, Instagram, or YouTube. Their algorithms are engineered to maximize retention. The longer you stay, the more profitable you become. And over time, this rewires behavior. That's why discipline today feels harder than it did 30 years ago. You're not fighting laziness anymore. You're fighting entire systems designed to hijack human psychology, and this creates a brutal divide in society. One group becomes increasingly distracted, emotionally reactive, impulsive, and dependent on stimulation. The other group learns to protect focus like a weapon. And usually, the second group wins. Look at the people dominating industries right now. Whether it's business, sports, content creation, investing, or science, the common pattern is almost always the same. They can consistently do difficult things for long periods without quitting. That's discipline, not motivation. Motivation is emotional. It comes and goes. Discipline is identity. And honestly, this is where most people get trapped. They wait to feel ready. They wait for the perfect mood, the perfect Monday, the perfect routine. But disciplined people understand something differently. Action creates emotion, not the other way around. A person who trains every day doesn't magically love exercise every morning. A successful entrepreneur doesn't wake up inspired 365 days a year. A writer doesn't always feel creative. They simply learned how to move without negotiating with themselves constantly. And that mental shift changes everything, because every time you break a promise to yourself, your brain notices. You slowly lose self-trust. You start doubting your own words, but every time you keep a promise, even a small one, you rebuild personal authority. That's why disciplined people often appear calmer and more confident. They know they can rely on themselves. And maybe that's the deepest reason discipline feels luxurious now. In a chaotic world full of noise, addiction, distraction, and emotional impulsiveness, self-control has become rare, and rare things always become valuable. The frightening part is that most people won't realize this until years later, when they suddenly notice the disciplined person they underestimated has completely transformed their life, while everyone else stayed stuck in the same cycle. And this gets even deeper when you understand what modern technology is doing to the human brain itself. Scientists and psychologists are already warning about something that sounds almost dystopian. Many people are losing the ability to tolerate discomfort, and that matters more than most people think, because almost every meaningful achievement in life is hidden behind temporary discomfort. Building a business requires uncertainty. Getting fit requires pain, learning skills requires frustration, deep relationships require patience, financial freedom requires sacrifice. But modern systems train people to escape discomfort instantly. Feeling bored, scroll. Feeling stressed, consume. Feeling lonely, distract yourself. Feeling tired, quit. Over time, people become emotionally fragile without realizing it. The brain adapts to convenience so aggressively that even small challenges begin to feel overwhelming. That's why discipline is becoming almost rebellious. A person who can wake up early consistently, focus deeply, ignore constant distractions, stay emotionally controlled, and continue working when results are invisible, that person now has a massive advantage over the average individual. Not because they're superhuman, because consistency itself has become uncommon. And ironically, the future may belong to people who can do what humans used to consider normal: to focus, to be patient, to stay present, to delay gratification, to keep promises to themselves. Think about that for a second. In previous generations, discipline was expected. Now it's admired. Soon, it may become elite. You can already see it happening. People pay thousands of dollars for productivity courses, dopamine detox retreats, focus coaching, meditation apps, self-improvement systems, and digital minimalism programs, all trying to recover the attention and self-control modern life quietly stole from them, because deep down, most people know the truth. Talent is powerful, intelligence matters, contains help, but a person who can consistently execute while others constantly procrastinate becomes extremely difficult to compete against. That's the real reason discipline is becoming the ultimate luxury. Not because it looks impressive online, but because it creates freedom. Freedom from addiction, freedom from impulsive decisions, freedom from endless distraction, freedom from being controlled by every emotion, every craving, every algorithm. And maybe the most dangerous illusion of modern life is that comfort equals happiness. Sometimes comfort slowly destroys ambition without making any noise. So the question isn't whether discipline is hard. The real question is, what happens to people who never develop it? Because 10 years from now, the difference between disciplined people and distracted people may look almost impossible to ignore. And honestly, we're already starting to see it. If this video made you reflect on your own habits, attention, or self-control, don't just leave silently. I want you to comment with one thing you know you need to become more disciplined about, even if it's small. Because sometimes the first honest admission is where transformation actually begins.